Hello world, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Welcome to Robothought Zero to Hero series C++ coding in Arduino Mega. We are on lesson number 32 and I'm going to talk about different types of data. Guys, in the previous lessons I showed you data types like integer, float and characters, etc. right? So there are few more data types called double, unsigned integer, short, long, unsigned long, byte and word. So these are all the different kind of data types which you will be using over a period of time when you start building your robotic applications or any kind of other interesting applications using C++ program in Arduino, right? So in this particular lesson, I will show you each of this data type syntax, okay? Only the syntax I'm going to show, and we will start building the programs in different kind of series altogether, right? So the syntax in Arduino and purpose of these particular data types you will learn in this particular video. So let's start with say double data type. So double data types is also used for handling the decimal or floating point numbers. So basically what happens is, let me just open up my IDE. So basically, it occupies twice as much memory as float, right? You saw how the floating point works in the previous lesson. The double data type is also used for handling a decimal or a floating point number. So it occupies twice the memory. It stores the floating point numbers with large precision and the range. It's absolutely accurate, right? It stands for double precision floating points number. That is why it is called double. And it occupies 4 bytes of memory in your Mega and UNO boards, of course, right? So the syntax is double, right? It's used as, say for example, if you type double, the color changes immediately, right? So obviously it's got an inbuilt feature called double. So that is how this particular syntax works. And wherein, say for example, let's say, let me just show you with some more examples. Say double variable var equals to say val, okay, semicolon. Now what happens is here, the var is nothing but your variable and the val is the value assigned to that particular variable within that double, right? That is how the double works. Now let me also give you an example of unsigned int data type. So what it means, so basically it's nothing but the unsigned integer stores the value up to 2 bytes or 16 bits, okay? It stores only the positive values, guys, remember this, it stores only the positive values. The range of unsigned integer data type is from 0 to 65,535, 65535, all right? That is how the unsigned data type is from. And it also stores the unsigned data value of 4 bits or 32 bits, okay? That is the max it can go up to. The difference between unsigned and the signed data type is the signed bit, nothing else, okay? The int type which you put it in the beginning to store any kind of variable, the int type in Arduino is the signed integer, it's signed int, okay? In a 16-bit number, the 15 bits are interpreted with 2's, okay, as a complement, while the high bit is interpreted as the positive or a negative number. So if the high bit is 1, it is considered as negative number, right? The syntax for unsigned integer variable is unsigned int. For example, let me show it to you. Say unsigned int, like this, okay? Unsigned, SIG, SIGNED, unsigned int, okay? And now you can declare what you want to do. Say for example, pin of LED equals to say pin number 8, okay, like this. pin of LED equals to 8. So that immediately will detect that from pin number 8 you are going to do something, whatever. It depends upon the program what you are going to write. Okay. Now there is also something called short data type. Okay, short, SHORT, short data type. The short is nothing but a integer data type that stores 2 bytes or 16-bit of data. Okay. The range of short data types is from -32768 to 32767, which I showed you in the previous lesson, right? And the ARM architecture, basically in your Mega based Arduinos, usually store the data value of 2 bytes. Okay, so keep this in mind and just register in your mind, guys. You need to understand all this. The syntax for short is short. Say for example, short. Can you see that? It's very simple. Say short var equals val. Okay. So in this, where the variable, the var is nothing but a variable and val is the value assigned to that particular variable. Say for example, short pin of LED equals 8, like this. So this is how you will declare your short integer data type. Okay, now there is also something called long data type. You need to understand this, the difference between long and short. The long data types are considered as the extended size variables, okay, which basically stores 4 bytes, that is 32 bits of information. The size range it starts from -2147483648 to 2147483647. So it's like a huge number, right? While using integer numbers, at least one of the numbers should be followed by L, the capital L, right? Which basically forces your IDE, the C program which you are writing for Arduino, the number to be a long data type when you put that capital uppercase L. Okay. The syntax for long data type is long, long var equals val, like this. Long. As soon as you put long, the color will change immediately in your IDE. Okay. Wherein basically, obviously, the var is the variable and the val is the value assigned to the variable. So for example, say long speed, you will be using this very regularly in robotics applications, guys. Long speed is equal to say 18600 and L, like this. L, you need to use the uppercase L, okay, ending with a semicolon. Now there is something called unsigned long data type. Within the long data type, there is something called unsigned long. The unsigned long data types are also considered as the extended size variables, which stores basically 4 bytes of information. 4 bytes, not bits, bytes, 4 bytes, which is 32 bits. Okay, so it does not store any kind of negative numbers like other signed data types which you just saw in this particular lesson or even in the previous lesson, right? Which basically makes the size range from 0 to 42949679295. It's huge, right? It's in simple way, it is 2 to the power of 32 minus 1. Okay, the syntax for unsigned long is like this: unsigned long. Oops, it's all in uppercase. Unsigned long, like this. Unsigned long var, that is your variable, is equal to the value val which you assign, wherein the var is the variable and the value is the value signed to the variable. So for example, say unsigned long is your current time, like this. I'm just throwing some random examples. All right, so this is how your unsigned long data type works. Now what is a byte? one byte is equal to 8 bits, right? So this is also a data type. The syntax for byte is byte, byte. See, the color changes immediately. Byte, say for example, byte, say D or A equals to any kind of variable, say 20. I'm just randomly throwing this. So guys, these are all the different types of data types, syntaxes which you saw, right? So I was just trying to show you with some examples so that you can understand the meaning for these kind of data types. When you see a huge list of lengthy about 500,000 lines of codes in front of you to execute, you need to understand, interpret and read what exactly that those codes mean. That is why I am trying to get into each and every details of syntax at a syntax level, right? So I hope you guys are able to understand what I'm trying to show you and explain to you in detail at a ground level. If you don't, do leave a comment. I will explain to you guys, and I'm going to be back soon, and we are going to learn more and more and get more advanced into Arduino Mega. Bye bye guys, see you soon. Goodbye.